Okay, once again, very healthy, prosperous, cheerful morning to one and all who is joining my class. And as per my next request, I am going to discuss today in my this class. I am just going to discuss clauses. Okay, that first of all we have to know that what is the meaning of clause, what is the literal meaning of the clause, or you can say that what is the definition of clause. Here you can see a clause is a group of related words containing a subject and a verb. A clause is a group of related words containing a subject and a verb. Means to say that there is the need of a subject and the verb also. Further, a clause is usually a larger word group than a phrase. Means there is a compare and a contrast between a clause and the phrase, and it includes a little more information about the clause. Okay, after this means the definition, after the discussion of the definition of the clause, we have to discuss the utilization, means the uses of clause. What is the uses of clause? Here there are 3 to 4 points which is very essential about the utilization of clause, and the first point here you can see that with the correct utilization of clause, one can easily and quickly improve the quality of writing and ability to communicate with the reader and other also. It means that with the help of proper utilization of clause, one can be able to write properly and to communicate with the other person in a proper way. After this, the second point is with clause, one can direct the attention of the reader towards the intended point so that your sentence is understood. It means that the speaker or the writer is able to indicate the point on which, or the point which is going to be focused is very clear and very easy to understood. The third point about the utilization of clause is that you will avoid using incorrect dependent clause as sentence fragment. Means somehow you can observe, you can easily observe that somehow you can see that we commit several mistakes like utilization of dependent clause in a sentence fragment. After this, we have to discuss, we have to be aware about the types of clause. Actually, there are mainly two types of clause. The first one is dependent clause and the second one is independent clause. Further, dependent clause is divided into 3 sections here, but first of all we have to discuss the dependent clause or subordinating clause you can say, and the independent clause, or you can say the main clause or principal clause. But right now we have to discuss the definition of the dependent clause, and after that we have to discuss independent clause. So first of all we have to discuss dependent clause. A dependent clause, or as I told you earlier, the subordinate clause is a clause that cannot stand alone. It means that it cannot stand alone as a complete sense. Here you can see the complete sense, because it does not express a complete thought. Means to say that if the dependent clause is going to be stand alone, it means that it will not be able to express the thought, be able to express the command. Like all clauses, a dependent clause has a subject and a verb. It means that the need of the subject and the verb is very essential for dependent clause. As example, we are going to discuss I am not tidying the dishes. here you can see the first part of the sentence, I am not tidying the dishes unless Rohan helps, means without the help of the Rohan one can or I am not able to tide the dishes. After that, the second example is the excellence of a gift, means the preciousness of the gift is lie in how appropriate it is. This is the first part of the sentence, but the main part which elaborate the sentence is the second part, rather than how valuable it is, means the preciousness, the cost is not important of a gift, rather the matter which is very essential, very important is that the appropriateness, means the proper utilization, means the value in which you are going to utilize the gift. And the last topic for this video session, the definition of independent clause. You can see an independent clause is a clause that can stand by itself, means it can be stand alone and as a simple sentence, means in a simple sentence or as a simple sentence it can be stand alone. An independent clause contains a subject and predicates and makes sense by itself, and with the help of subject and verb it makes a complete sense for a sentence. Here you can see the example, I enjoy sitting by the fireplace and reading, means the person who is going to be discussed is in near about the fireplace and was indulged in reading. The second or the last example of this session, she wants to travel the world and see wonderful sights, means the traveler is very desirous, means the traveler is very eager to visit or to visualize the wonderful sights of the world. Thank you so much for this video, and once again I am just repeating that after this video, means the next video, I will discuss the different types of dependent clause in a very broad way. Till then, thank you so much for joining me.